Hey everybody, welcome to Ellis Mowers. I appreciate all of y'all watching as always. You usually see me I do a bunch of small engine stuff. Mostly push mowers and riding mowers. I do the occasional random item. This is the first one of these I've ever attempted to work on. It is a wood chipper. It's a 5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton MTD Yard Machines wood chipper. Got it for $20. I looked up real quick. They go for upwards of $300. This one in this condition, I might can get $200 out of, and it'll get some use around the house here. Before I sell it, because I'm going to clean up some areas, especially here in my backyard. These bushes and stuff are getting out of control. It's kind of the one area that I haven't really touched in the backyard yet. The rest of the property is looking much better, but I still need to trim back because you see all the foliage and stuff I have. It's always a constant pruning. This will help me out in getting the yard tame. And like I said, I will sell it off whenever I'm kind of finished using it, pending that I'm able to get it fixed. I think I'll have little issue getting fixed as long as this 5 horse wasn't run without oil and blown up. From what I know, these wood chippers are pretty darn reliable. So we'll see how everything works out. The oil is a little low, but it's still good, as you can see. This thing has been used. It's pushed out a little oil over its time. The only thing I know about it is that it has a broken pull rope, and it almost definitely needs carburetor clean, because if you look inside the gas tank here, I guess there's a little bit of foam filter in here that somebody put in here, but the gas down there smells a little old and a little bad. We might be able to dilute it with some good gas once we get that new diaphragm in. Like I said, I'm almost certain the diaphragm's bad, but who knows, I might be able to crank this bad boy up and let it run with some better gas. We'll find out. That's what this video is going to be about. So let me get to work on it. First order of business I'm going to do is take off this engine cover. All it is, pretty easy, 3/8 inch bolts right here. Those two. You go down here on the bottom. There's your third one right there, and your fourth one's on the same side, or on the opposite side in the same area. Socket and ratchet will get those. I can get the top with an impact. And then I'm just going to slide this cover off. We're going to take a look at the pull rope situation and put a pull rope in it. Alrighty, y'all, time for some pull rope action. Just need some pull rope. I've already, like I mentioned, I took the 4 bolts off of the engine cover and have taken it off of the wood chipper. I have also removed the old pull rope from the handle. So we're going to use the existing handle. What you do, you're going to rotate it on the back side to the left about 4 turns. So take note of where you insert your pull rope into the device. We're just going to turn it about 4 times. Usually 4 times is plenty. 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I like to go 5. We'll see what we can do. I don't really like to go more than 5 though, because last thing you want is to break it, especially an old spring like this. Put the screwdriver in through kind of the guard. Some of them don't have guards and you just have to use vice grips. So I've thrown that through there. What we've also done is we've lined up the hole as close as we can to the hole that we're going to try and insert this pull rope into. This is where the tricky part starts, because you could potentially burn the end of the pull rope and try and feed it through there. I've done that a few times. I've used mechanics wire. Sometimes I just get plain lucky and get the pull rope in there with minimal issue. So let's just try that first. Now, hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to feed it through the hole on the back, and we're going to try and feed it through this hole right here. So let's feed it through the hole in the back and try and feed it through this other hole and have it come out on the other side. That doesn't look like it's going. Ooh. I was about to say that doesn't look like it's going very well, and it didn't. I took out my screwdriver, so. Alright, so we'll do that again. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to line it right back up again. We'll do our best. Like I said, this right here is a massive trial and error process. Like I said, what I'm trying to do is exactly what I just did. Get it fed right through there. You see that? Sometimes you just get lucky. Requires a little bit of patience. Let's go ahead and pull it up. I like to tie 2 knots for extra security. So, and I don't really care about a pigtail on the end. That just gives it a little bit of extra room. If for some reason the knot decides it wants to slip a little bit, it's got some catch points. So knot number 2. That way if one breaks, the other catches. Never had one go out like that. Okay. Now we can release the screwdriver. I'm gonna let this rope out. I'm gonna let this rope out some. You're not gonna see it on camera, but I like to try and release this sometimes kind of slowly. Just so that it's alright. So since this one doesn't really need any extra slack, I am gonna pull it out a little bit. That way, when it recoils back all the way. This is where I am going to use some vice grips. So if I pull it out about that much from the recoil point, that'll give me enough tie down room. Enough tie down room. Then I'll take some snips. Just cut it off about right here. That should be plenty. Now this is one of them 2-piece handles. So we're going to take the black plastic portion and push it up through here. We are going to have to pull a little bit of extra rope. That's just no biggie. Vice grips hold it just fine. So pull that up. Pull that up through there. And then pull the secondary piece up. You can go ahead and tie your knots. Like I said, I like to do 2 knots. 1 and 2. Extra security, I don't mind the bulge in the pull rope. I just want to make sure that it's functional. That's the big part about it. I mean, this wood chipper is not going to win any beauty contests as it is, so I could paint it red and make it look pretty, but the paint on it's pretty decent as it is. I can probably try and hide that a little bit, but you know what? It's alright. Let this back. As you can see, it basically retracts to exactly where it needs to retract to. So that's the pull rope replacement. Let me take those 4 bolts, put it back onto the chipper, and we'll give it a try. We'll I might toss a little gas in it and give a little bit of starting fluid, and you never know what might happen. You never know. I'm also going to clean out this area a little bit from where it has been sitting. So I'm going to do them things really quickly. We'll give this thing a try and see if that works. Alright, y'all, here's the air filter situation. The pre-filter is absolutely nasty. The actual filter itself doesn't look too bad, but it's like stuck on there and old and disintegrated, and it will be replaced. Carb looks relatively clean from what I can tell. Choke, that's got to be the throttle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pour a little bit of gas down in here, give it a few pulls, grab my ether, and then try and give it some encouragement. And if that doesn't work, then we'll check the spark plug. So let me grab what I need and we'll get it started here in just a second. Alright, before I even try the carb cleaner, I'm going to give it just about 4 or 5 pulls just to see what happens. I have a feeling I got to put a diaphragm in it, which is no big deal at all. But I got it on choke. That should be run there, so. trying to score up my driveway, so I wanted to get it off the driveway before I ran it anymore. How about that? It looks like it's going to run for us. Let's see. Find something to put in the chipper real quick. Like a top. That's awesome. That's idle. And that ain't even fresh gas. That's so cool. 20 bucks. All it needed was a pull rope. How about that? It'll need an oil change and a few other things. I tell you what I'm gonna do is get this thing cleaned up, give it a nice little wash. I'll replace the air filter in it, and like I said, I've got a few sticks and stuff I need to prune back here. I'll take a few limbs and stuff off of the trees that I'm gonna prune, and see how she does. Those little twigs I put in there, it just ate it up like it's nobody's business. So that's great. And I'm really happy with how that is. So I'll put it to good use before I sell it, though, for sure. I just need to wash and top off the oil in it, and we'll be good. I'll show you that after I finish with all that here in just a second. Alright, so my forest that I have back here, I've mustered up some debris. We're going to test this thing out. It says no bigger than a ½ inch. Most of the stuff right there is pine, so it's easy, real easy cutting. It's no more than an inch, so I'll be careful. I'm going to go grab some gloves as this thing warms up again. Hopefully it'll start. That thing right there is up there to start. Safety glasses too. try those. I don't want to break it. Y'all might kill me for doing what I just did there, but so there's a reason why you don't put stuff bigger than about a half an inch in diameter in there. It's not supposed to, it's not designed to chew up limbs and stuff. I just kind of wanted to test it just to see what I could do with it. This thing does pretty well for what it is. I mean, it's nothing impressive by any means, but it does fine. But the biggest thing is I got a wood chipper going. Like I said, I don't want to screw up the turbines or anything like that. This is probably, I might put it to work, but truth be told, it's probably a lot easier for me to just to haul this stuff out to the road, because since I live in the city limits, they'll just come pick it right up for me. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I tested it out. I know that it works, and that's all I really care about. I'm going to let it sit overnight, make sure I can crank it up tomorrow. I got to get some gas too. But hey, this thing's running. It's pretty tough because it was cutting through a couple of those. I'm not going to try my luck anymore though. I'm not an experienced wood chipper, so I don't want to mess myself up. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Again, just a pull rope. Pull this out of the barn, have 20 bucks in it, probably get 200, maybe 250 out of it, as long as it runs and does what it needs to do. So thank you all again. I'll catch you on the next video, but in the meantime, you can catch me at Ellis Mowers 09 on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be right here on YouTube Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 p.m. See you then.